Eric,
Yeah.
are you telling people to go into founder mode?
I'm not. Okay. I'm not telling people to do that because the reason they have to go into, like, what I love about the founder mode story is they're always like, I had to cut through all the bureaucracy and the red tape and the this and the dumb people. And I'm like, who hired those people? Who set up those systems that you're having to cut through? I mean, it's great. I'm glad that you're doing that. That's better than not doing it. But then I've been around some of those guys long enough to have watched them go through that cycle multiple times. They cut through all the stuff, they get to the solution, they start building the craft back up. And it's like, how about we just run the company in a sustainable way in the first place?
What's behind building it back up again? If they already learned the lesson that didn't work.
Because what's the lesson? That's the question of what did they learn?
Yeah.
The name is right in founder mode. The lesson they learned is that they're special and that they have all the answers and they have to micromanage and whatever. And you can scale that to exactly as much as you can handle as an individual person. And it's like, why are we having a mental health crisis? Why are these guys going crazy? Like, if it's all about you and you're like the besieged, one founder described it to me as, it's like, I feel like I'm a vampire. I live forever and everybody else just comes and goes.
Oh, that's so...
And it's like, it's an extremely isolating way to live.
Yeah.
And to run your company and to feel like nobody else really gets it but you. You get excited about the next big thing, the next person, you're like, this person gets it, and then like you watch as they sort of like don't get it, and you have to fire them, and they have to replace them with another person. And like, I was really surprised to hear someone describe themselves that way to me.
Right.
Like, not that they were proud of it, but it was like a moment of real vulnerability. It's like, that's actually how I feel.
Is there a pattern you see with the vampire founders out there?
There's actually two things that are being sucked into one. One is the recognition that these companies are immortal. They're alive. Like, they live on beyond the human lifespan, and they are like real organisms in the same way that they're as alive as we are.
Totally.
But then secondly, founders are taught to conflate the company with themselves. It's like an ego identification thing. So if you think you are the company, and the company is like has this immortal quality to it, then you start to feel like you're immortal. At first that sounds great. You're like, oh, my legacy will live forever. But like in real life, being immortal is quite scary, as fiction has explored many times. Yep. And you have this feeling of people coming and going. I really think that was what it was. That like, when you've been working on a company for 5, 10, 15 years, in the traditional model especially, what percentage of employees stay even 3 years, right? You have a few people that have been with you a long time, but generally speaking, people burn out. Generally speaking, you have to fire them. Like, there's people who are great at the early stage, but now they're not great here, and we're not very good at reincorporating those talents into later phases. So we tend to go through these phases of like, this is the team, and these are the greatest people since sliced bread, and then now we have to make a pivot, I have to make a change, now we have to get to the next level, fire all those people, get better people. So like, you have this feeling you stay, but everyone else around you goes.
Yeah.
And it's a very isolating, very painful way to live.